Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here once again playing City Skylines, and we're going to sort of see what happens here. I'm considering this maybe being like the last video of this map just because of the way it's built. I don't even know where else I can expand it, so we'll see what happens. Just want to throw that out there real quick. But yeah, I'm very happy with what we've done in the city. It's super cool. We got this area really developing up here, but we are just dealing with issues kind of in the city, and a lot of that is just people dying. So we go here though, view info. Let's check our noise in this section because people seem to be sick of noise. This is a bit of a problem. Okay, so let's see zoning in this area. People are just sick of noise. Oh, that made a little bit of a residential zone. Okay. Alright, so basically what we gotta do is go through here and kind of de-zone these structures, basically. And honestly, we're just going to zone this all in with commercial. So that will be our new zoning in this section, just to handle the fact that residential right next to the train track probably, or right next to this monorail, didn't necessarily work out. So some of the issues here in this part of the city, though, trying to fix issues. Not enough goods to sell. So that's part of an issue, not enough goods to sell. Also a very high amount, again, of death in the city. I'm not sure why. What's the noise issue over here? That's another thing that I want to see. Noise? I mean, it's not that noisy here. You guys just are a little complaining. Fuck boys, I guess. Yeah. Definitely a lot of people dying in this city. Because our healthcare coverage, honestly, isn't terrible. Death care, as they're calling it in this, like, it's not terrible. Like, we have such a high amount of crematoriums, but the main issue is this, like, honestly, the issue with the amount of people being removed that are dead isn't the amount of crematoriums. The issue with that all has to come down to, where is it here? Traffic. This is our real big killer here, is traffic. More than anything. The traffic just kills the factor where people can go in the city, which then just kills the way of getting to people, which then just makes this damn near impossible. I'm gonna admit I didn't do a great job laying out this road here. Very small road as one of our main roads to the city was not a brilliant idea. This section is absolutely terrible. Not sure why. So that's a big problem. It's just some of these really small roads. And I mean, this here's a big road, and it's just still not able to handle the capacity of people. They're all just going single file through here. I believe it is a double wide road, but they're all just going single file through it, so it's an absolute just disaster. But we're going to move on anyways. This area up here, though, should be a little bit better for traffic, I believe. Let's see if I'm correct on that. Yeah, this here, I just have no idea why there's people dying here. Like, that absolutely makes zero sense. This entire section is crematoriums, and it's just not picking up people in the area. So that, I don't know about. This area here, big road, too many intersections. I did a poor job laying out this road, I'm not gonna lie. But we need more, so people want more industry. So I think we'll give them more industry out here. This could be a good area to just throw some industry down. It's our disaster zone, so we can definitely throw some more industry in here. We can probably throw some more crematoriums. Just try and... I guess if we just have a high amount of crematoriums, it can maybe help? I don't know. That's what I'm hoping, so... So, we need to go through here and check on water. Water's not brilliant in this area because we don't have any. Hopefully this here will heat as well, just because we kind of want to cover this section. Because that pipe going through, I was just... Second time I did that in this map, just stupid the way that I did sewage. Instead of just like... normal line of heating, I just used the old pipes just because I'm used to it, and when I eventually did build where the pipes went, there's just no coverage at all. So, issue there. If we go here to our road though, this definitely can connect, and we'll go here to upgrade as well. So that space is occupied, so it's just not necessarily doable to upgrade all those roads, but we will eventually get to it. We just have to get to here, move it, get to this, move it there, upgrade that road, upgrade that road. Again, put these buildings back to kind of where they just naturally were. Alright, so this is going to create more traffic issues, but that's what I feel I gotta do here. I'm hoping that this works. At least in some way, just... I'm hoping that it's by putting more vehicles out on the road, essentially, that it just cleans up the issue that it has. But I'm not sure if that's... I didn't upgrade that damn road. I'm a flippin' idiot. Whatever at this point. we're just going to send out so many of these in just some hope that it saves this city from itself. As for garbage pickup, garbage in the city is doing fairly well, but we can get a little bit more just in this area. Of course, we do have the potential threat of crime and a little bit of fires here if this is not well maintained within the industrial zone. There's always that little threat of fires picking up a little bit more than you get maybe in other zones. So we will do that. They can have a medical clinic out here, just, you know, somebody gets hurt when they're working. Why not? Not enough goods to sell. I don't know why you're selling goods at an emergency center, but okay. I think snow removal throughout the city is fairly well covered, so I don't need to throw down anything else for that. But here our expanded, largely expanded industrial zone will begin. You know, we could have had a straight connecting in road, but I messed it up. And again, I did a poor job building this city in general, road-wise. I think that the areas is great. I love the layout of this place, but the stuff is just a little bit too much of a yikes with the roads. I definitely should have made a bigger road. Like, this is just absolute crisis, dude. And I just don't think I can expand these roads. I think that a lot of these have stuff on them. This is not expandable. This industrial zone is just such a nightmare, and it launches just every car onto the road there, so trying to see what I can and can't upgrade here. We can upgrade through this section. If that even helps just a little bit, I'll be very, very happy. But I do want to do something else here. Like that was not what would have happened there. Dude, oh my god, dude. Alright, we're trying to do a straight road. Through the mountain here. Honestly, see what that does. See how that launches it out here. This could just create another disaster. But I plan to hopefully launch it here properly. And that should also just allow cars to sort of flow out of the city. If that's their goal from our industrial zone, to flow out of the city, that should be the way that they go. My issue is I don't think that that's the way that they're trying to go. I really, really don't think so. I think the way that they're trying to go here is into the city. So we're going to do this instead. We're going to go right along here. On the waterway. It actually... It actually is tall enough to go just across all these buildings. I know this bridge is going to look very, very ugly. I'm well aware of that, but it's really our only hope here. Definitely not ideal in front of your house, but damn it, dude, like, it's what we gotta do. And I'm hoping that it works. So that's my goal here as well, is to really just try and fix up this area as well. Try to make it just a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to get industrial goods there. I don't know if any cars are going to use this obnoxious highway road, but hopefully at some point these cars will see. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's quite a cool bridge to drive on. Not a great bridge to live near for the people that have their buildings right next to it, but it's what we gotta do. I don't know if there was a way that I could have got this to go maybe under the water, but I definitely want to find out if there is, because this is quite ugly. Like, it is ugly. So, like, I'm gonna just try and follow next to it. It doesn't have to be exactly where it's at. See. The issue with this is just saying can't build on water. For a little bit. But we can try and bring it... Okay. I don't know. This part is difficult here. I just think we can do something a lot nicer than this bridge. That's my thing. I know we can do something nicer than that bridge. Okay. Honestly, by doing that, that's just going to cause more issues. Alright, so the game will save. And we'll paint that in, all that looking normal. So they're just not getting goods, dude. That's the big issue. So that is going to be our attempt for the moment. To make this thing work. I want to change direction of that. And hopefully that either brings goods out of the city, up to the top part here, or just out of here, basically. Because they'll go here, and they'll either exit the city, and then from there, they can take this ramp, which will then get them to go that way, to either go up to the top part, or to just leave the city out of here completely, or that will take them, and I guess theoretically, I haven't seen a car come out of this tunnel and go back into the city, because if they do that, then we have a problem. So we got a bunch of them set up to just leave, which is good. Again, I don't know if the game thinks that's faster, but going through here, I don't know if this toll is hurting anything. It doesn't seem to be. It seems to slow them down just a little bit, and then they just go back into the city. But this is just an absolute nightmare right here, dude. Trying to figure out where a majority of these cars go. Alright, so it really bottles up here. Oh, God. Trying to think of a solution for this. It's just an absolute nightmare, dude. Where's a bit of the city that can, I guess, semi-handle this? Space already occupied. Occupied. Alright, so... why couldn't that work before? I don't know. But... that could just create a disaster for this part of the city, but... it's an alternate route in, and I hope that it just eases some of that traffic. Because taking a look at it here, and it really, really should help ease some traffic on this bit. Because this we just cannot be having. This is just a disaster here. So hopefully having an alternate way in, if they're trying to go towards the airport direction, that should work. That also should ease, hopefully, some of the pressure off of over here. Because then we start seeing stacking here, which isn't as bad as it was before. I will admit, not as bad of a stack up. So hopefully this eases pressure on this spot, which it seems to be doing a little bit. We do have a lot of vehicles trying to get over here, which are just not responding well to that. So where are these trucks trying to go? They're all trying to get up here, because this road then takes you somewhere. Alright, that helped ease the pressure for about 2 seconds. Awesome. Again, another attempt to just ease the pressure here of this slightly. We're going to do that. Hopefully that, if cars are trying to get over here, they'll use that. And it's just trying to spread things out from just sticking on this roundabout. Because this is just such a mess. Such a problem. I mean, I gotta see where this is doing to this part of the city, though. See, all done is brought cars here now. But hopefully we can do something with that. I'd like to find a spot where we can do that as well. So if it's trucks coming from out of town, do we want a sports game? I think we want a sports game. So if it's trucks coming from out of town, hopefully we can just get them to launch out into this section. But that does not seem to really be doing anything in the area. Which is kind of unfortunate that I built that highway. It's just not doing as much of the areas that it should have been. Oh my god, where are you guys going? Yeah, this bit's a problem here. That's really where it should have gone. Hopefully that works. Alright. Traffic. Traffic flow through here is still pretty bad. Traffic flow through here, a little bit red. Traffic flow over here, a little bit greener than it was. Not as bad. Traffic flow through here is still quite horrible. this bit's just impossible really to do anything with. Fitting this section has created a little bit more pressure here, but I hope it's not too much. This bit, oh, very, very red. This bit should be used more than it is, but it's just not. Let's see how our new industry's coming in down here. We haven't really checked on that in a minute. New industry really doing a little bit of its thing down here. Not a really, really high amount of industry, but a little bit nonetheless. Why is this so bad? Just all trying to get into the city. It's just impossible here to do anything. Our one-way roads into this area working out a little bit, but still, just this area is a bit of a yikes. So many people dead. Just nothing really working out, so I don't really know what else we can do to try to fix the city. I've tried to relieve some traffic issues, but it's impossible. We're almost at 100,000 people. That's, I think, our goal in this episode. To try to hit 100,000. This is a different type of city than what we built in the last episode. That's for sure. Or the last couple episodes. This is definitely an area that we can get a little bit of housing into. I don't see why not. It's not one of those areas so that if I do connect up, it's going to be a one-way connection into there. And honestly, there's such a desire for the people to come down into the city, because that's where all like the attractions are, that this section would just become more of a nightmare if we did that. That's why we forced them all to leave here, which it works, but then it sort of just creates so much pressure here on the highway. This is all going into the industrial zone. Not a brilliant setup there. Definitely a little bit upgradable there just to get 2 lanes of traffic in instead of 1, but again, next city that I do, I definitely will remember to just do big roads in it and not little roads, because it just creates so much of a traffic just nightmare, dude. Just an absolute shit show to get anywhere in this city. Small demand for residential, but that demand either way will probably be filled in this little bit, which really will be a big connecting factor in the city, because that will ultimately be like a true just blending of the areas, because we did not necessarily have that. We only had 2 roads here, 3 roads really, which were close, but not entirely blending the areas together. But if we sort of fill that road in, we'll definitely get a blending of areas, blending of really these 2 separate cities. I've always really maintained that they are 2 separate cities. So sort of like been part of the identity of this map was, you know, they are 2 separate cities. Yes, there is connections between them, but ultimately they are separate entities, separate places. So this here, observatory, will start to once again be moved. We'll move it up here this time. This area will sort of encompass it and sort of become a all-encompassing residential zone. Check how water looks to the area. It looks very good, and we're going to start to see this entire section really just blend into one, and at that point I guess we can lose the one-way requirements. Oh. It really just becomes part of the city. There's really no no disconnect from the facts that these areas are now just one massive, massive city. Because if you ultimately look at it, this goes here, blends down the hill, into the industrial zone, back across the water, into more residential, and some commercial, more residential, commercial. So really the only division between it is that this is an office / industrial zone, instead of just being pure residential everywhere. That would be my one, if I could do one mod specifically on PS4, it would be unlimited demand. I would love to just be able to do that. That's one thing that was probably, when playing on the computer, the one real nice mod that I enjoyed a lot. We do need to probably unleash more garbage trucks into that area, so there goes an attempt at that. See how that ultimately works out for us. But yeah, I do think that this section over here really hasn't been touched. Like, it's kind of strange that I just sort of built this quick express kind of road and never did much with it. One of those areas that I built and never did anything with. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at what we can do with that. So we just go through here, really fill that in. Upgrade these pipes into heating pipes. Because they're not already. At least in that section, and begin the process of really expanding the residential. Now, I don't believe this section here will be residential. I don't think that's necessary, but you know, I kind of just went a little far with it. This section, this bit can be, of course, it already long has been. And honestly, to about here will do residential. Even through this bit, it will be residential. See, this is why I didn't want to have the two areas flowing together, because so many cars just want to head into the city, which just creates a nightmare here. But I think part of it is they don't really have a commercial zone up top. There's zero commercial up here, because the only commercial that we had used to be in this section. So if these places want to go, if these people up here want to go shopping, they would have to go all the way through here on the highway, down and around through here. So that should theoretically also ease up some of the pressure here, just due to the fact that there's so many people just trying to head from this section all down. They either want to get down here into the city or whatever. So it's going to create more of a traffic issue up here, but hopefully it's not too terrible. But that is that, actually. That's where we're going to probably wrap up the map. Wrap up at least the video portion of build on the channel. I will probably continue this build maybe by myself, not on camera, but I think for the camera's sake, you know, for the video wise, I do think this is where we will end it, just due to the fact I don't know if there's necessarily a massive amount of stuff we can really do here. It does feel kind of limited with things that we can probably do video wise. So again, I do want to do more maps of City Skyline at some point. There are things in the works, though, to potentially increase the quality of videos on this channel. So yeah, just gotta sit and wait for that. So that's where we're going to end off City Skylines here on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in another video.